Have you ever met a single person in your life that enjoys paying taxes? No one does. If you can't sleep at night because you have a huge problem with the IRS, I've got some free advice for you. This service is strictly limited to individuals that owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes. And if you qualify, we can guarantee that you won't be writing a big fat check to the IRS, or our services cost you nothing. The first 100 people that call today will get a free tax consultation worth $500. Stop worrying about your IRS problem. We can help you, we promise. Call the tax doctor right now. I mean right now, to learn more.
800-240-4587. 800-240-4587. 800-240-4587. That's 800-240-4587.
Why have thousands of aspiring authors teamed up with Christian Faith Publishing to publish their book? Because Christian Faith Publishing is an author who understands that your labor is more than just a book. We provide authors freedom and flexibility throughout the publishing process, professional book editing, award-winning design, and some of the highest royalty structures in the publishing industry. And as always, you will retain 100% of the rights to your book.
I was looking to find a company that I could trust, one that assisted in the editing process completely.
The most important qualities that I was looking for was a publisher who was honest and upfront, no hidden costs or fees, and owning the rights to my own work.
Christian Faith Publishing will publish, market, and sell your books in all major bookstores, online booksellers, as well as specialty Christian bookstores. Call for your free author submission kit.
800-978-4812. 800-978-4812. 800-978-4812. That's 800-978-4812.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395.
Here's important new information from the Diabetes Solution Center for you, a family member, or a loved one suffering with diabetes. If you have lost your provider, or if you need a provider for diabetic supplies, you may qualify to receive your diabetic testing supplies now with little or no out-of-pocket cost, regardless of your age. All you need is Medicare or private insurance to be potentially eligible. Call the Diabetes Solution Center right now for details. Just takes a couple of minutes. Our friendly, knowledgeable agents will give you free, no-obligation information, handle all the insurance paperwork, and make sure your supplies are delivered directly to your door for free.
Call U.S. Medical Supply 24 hours a day. 800-597-9323. 800-597-9323. 800-597-9323. Call right now. 800-597-9323.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395.
You're listening to Joco Community Radio.
Good morning, Jobfather Nation. We are so excited to be here. We've got a great show planned today. First, please know we are proud to be a part of Joco Community Radio, the voice of Johnson County, Texas, and Tarrant County. We've expanded. And you can listen to the lineup, the wonderful lineup for Joco Community Radio by downloading the app. After downloading the app, free on your Android or iPhone, be sure to plug in a reminder to listen to us. With that being said, let's go ahead and start with prayer. Foster, I'm not sure. I'm getting feedback. Will you go ahead and do the prayer?
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right, everybody, I am going to pray this morning. Dana is with us, but she is working some things out. So let's bow our heads. Father, we just really love you and what you do for us. And we're all looking for jobs. It's like you don't know already, but we're asking that you help us expeditiously obtain that right opportunity. This time, Father, we want to accept what you give us instead of what we run and grab, because we don't always know what we're doing. In fact, most of the time we don't know what we're doing. So we turn to you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Foster, that was awesome. I think I fixed it. Does it sound good?
Yeah, you're sounding just fine. I see Nigeal there.
All right. We're making a move this morning. With that being said, Foster, thank you for that beautiful prayer. I know we're going to expect a dad joke before we get started, but I do want to make a quick call out. For all you job seekers and all of you individuals that are hiring, please go to Foster's website, which are amazing Mez. We couldn't do the show without her.
Search for you.
Yep, she will put up search for you. Couple of things. If you're a candidate looking for work, head there. It's great. Foster has some of the deepest connections in the U.S. and the largest networking group in the U.S., and we span the entire U.S. Second of all, if you need to advertise your jobs, please go to Search for You. Partner with Foster. We are very affordable to advertise your jobs on the radio because we want to help. And also consider donating to Search for You, as there are a lot of efforts, volunteer and support, that go on behind the scenes to help people get jobs every single day.
Thank you, Dana. Thank you very much. We got to keep this network going, you guys. And for a long time, myself, Dana, other people, we love helping you guys. We love being here. And we develop relationships. I'm supposed to get close to the screen when I say that, Dana. Relationships with you guys. Like with Meredith is going to be our job seeker today. So I got a chance to build a relationship with Meredith before she gets her job. So when she gets her job, I get to go to her and say, Meredith, you trying to hire somebody? Let me send you somebody. Guys, that's what this network is all about. We've got Tiffany with us. Good morning, Tiffany. And my main man, Gene, is with us, Gene Clay. In the morning, guys, I want to give a moment of silence. We have lost a brother, Byron Williams. And he, unfortunately, 2 Saturdays ago, we lost Byron. And we just want to show some respect. His family is in town from Washington, D.C., and we're having a funeral tomorrow. So in light of Byron's service, we just want to give him a shout out, because I know where he is right now. He's listening. And so, Byron, we love you. And we will... I want to say we'll see you tomorrow, but we'll be close tomorrow. All right. So now, real quick, because I know y'all want to hear Nigeal, because Nigeal got her hair all did and everything this morning. Look,
my hair is big. It is not done. It is too big for this little frame that I'm in.
Y'all, that's what a relationship's all about. You can make fun of people and they won't kill you.
Hey, at least your hair is not flat. Look at mine. Wow.
At least you got some hair.
I think that hair makes you look skinnier. I feel like this hair is like, it's great in person.
I love your
great
hair
on here.
I think it looks fabulous.
Well, thank you, Dana.
It does. It does. It looks good. It really does. So, guys, okay, here's our lame joke. Now, this one's lame, y'all. This is a dad joke. All right, you ready? Okay. So, what do priests say in the church to get rid of insects?
Oh boy. Okay, hold on. To get rid of insects?
Why would insects be in there?
Well, Well, insects gotta give their praise to God too. Hey.
Okay, cool. I don't know.
And,
Somebody
and,
answer.
and Nigel, you and I will recognize this phrase. Let us pray.
Yeah, let us.
You get it?
Oh my gosh, that is a good one. Let us pray.
Let us pray.
That is terrible, but okay.
That's horrible. That's horrible. Wait until the second. Med said, "Wow, Foster,
that's bad. That is so bad."
Wait until the second half of the
let
show.
us
Oh my God. Oh, Dana got it. All right.
Yes, it's good. It's really
John
good.
Robinson, what's going on? John and Dustin Williams is with us. All right.
Hello.
Kelly, Lanier. All right.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Tiffany.
SFG is with us here and supporting Nigeal and Meredith. So, y'all, we appreciate that. And we have fun here on this show. All we're trying to do is help get you guys good information and meet good people to help you guys get the right type of opportunity.
Absolutely.
That's all we're doing. So,
Foster, I got something I want to say. Hey, Jason.
Come on. Jody's with us. I love Jody.
Oh, hey, Jody. Yeah, we love Jody.
Oh, we love
I've got to
Jody.
say this. Thank you to everybody who came to South Lake Focus Group. Guys, my inbox on LinkedIn and in my everywhere is full. And I'm going to write you guys a thank you. I have just got to get to it, but I am trying to answer all the messages, all the phone calls, and I've been getting great feedback that people have been using the steps and all of the information that I shared. So I'm excited for them.
We're excited too. And we're going to talk a little bit about what we talked about in South Lake Focus Group today, because y'all know that probably Nigeal, would you say that the number one topic in job search is people wanting to talk about how we can get our money? If it's not the top one, it's one of them.
If it's not the top. I think what my next, guys, I'm going to tee up what I'm going to talk about next. Pete tapped me and asked me, can we talk about the ATS and what's a great submission and what's a bad submission? So we're getting some stuff together and resources for you guys around that. But everybody wants to know how to get we get to the offer, the pit crew will get you interviewed and get you ready and everything. Right. But how do you ask for the money? And Foster, I'm going to say this. Before you listen to anything that they put on YouTube that I said or do anything that I said, you've got to have the confidence, right? That's key. Do you have the confidence to ask for what you need? To receive an offer, look at it and say, oh, yeah, that's not exactly this work, right? People don't. And that's the main blocker. The steps are super easy, but can you follow them?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
There were a couple of jobs in my career where I was honestly excited that they were considering me for that opportunity, but we were just a little bit short of we were a little bit more than just a little bit short on the money. And I say, guys, we just can't make the salary work. I'm sorry, but I really, really appreciate you guys giving me the opportunity to even know about this stuff. And they figured it out. I didn't have to ask for anything. They figured it out.
I really want to tell people, listen, it's just like women and a man. If he wants you, he'll figure it out. If they want you, they'll figure it out. But you have to have the courage. There's one thing to have the confidence. The other thing is to have the courage to walk away if it's not what you want. Or you don't feel like it's what the job is worth. Because here's this thing. You're going to know how intense and labor intensive this job is going to be. Just going through 5 interviews. Come on, guys. You had 2 cursory interviews with the recruiter. You saw 5 people. You talked to them. You walk through the place. You know if everybody in there looks stressed out and this, that, and the other. You talk to 5 people in the break room. You know what you're getting into. So you know exactly what it takes to take on that level of responsibility, right? Yeah,
that's a good point.
So are you afraid to ask for the money that you need? I'm never afraid because I know what you're going to get. You're going to get Nigeal dedicated. She'll probably work across the weekends. Even if she committed to 40 hours a week, she'll do 50, 55 just to make sure everything's great. So I'm not afraid to ask you for the money because you're not going to be afraid to dump work on my plate.
That's right.
Not at all. Yeah. Not at all. These corporations, you guys that are listening right now, because I invited some of you guys to hear Meredith. You know what, guys? You guys do not have a flat plane. It is not. It is not an easy slide because things are going to come up. People are involved. The only thing wrong with corporate America is that people work there. Did I say that?
Well, there you go.
Good. That is so good. Legit,
we're not
right?
robots, guys. It's not going to be smooth like that. I mean, I'm not telling y'all nothing you don't know.
I want to tell people that if you work from home, you work more.
Yeah,
I work remote.
I found that to be true. Yeah.
Your computer. Here's the thing, and there are some people in the corporations, not all of them, because we have some very good remote worker bosses out there, but some of them are terrible, and they're like, "You weren't at your computer." Okay, because I went to the restroom, because I got a coffee, because I had to make a sandwich. Right. But they expect that they're going to get 8 hours from you tied ball and chain to the computer. Like you're not going to go walk your dog. Like you don't have to get your kids from the bus stop. Like seriously, guys, if you're at home, trust me on this. If you haven't worked remotely, you will sit at that computer and you will work. And because now your home is your workspace, you'll say, oh, when I finish this load of clothes, I'm going to go back and work for another 2 hours. They're going to get more from you. And it's crazy to me because we're calling everybody back to the office where we can walk around, stop by our friend's desk. I can talk to Dana. I can talk to Foster. I can go down and get, Jason Hopper said, a sandwich. I can go down to the cafe and get a sandwich, right?
Sandwich?
I can do all of the sandwich, right? It's like.
I think I used to call it a sandwich. No, Quinn, I'm so sorry. I am, working on something, but I wanted to say what you just brought up, Nigeal, is very true. I will say this. I have noticed in general across the boards, different industries, that companies are slowly moving back to in office. Where the majority of jobs used to be remote, the majority are now somewhat hybrid, but I am noticing more and more roles are starting to transition to in office. I definitely think that as a job seeker, it's good to keep an open mind, but I agree with you to definitely, align your value and your worth, and not be afraid to negotiate, where and as needed. So Quinn, what would you recommend for the job seeker? So with ATSs, there's a lot of rumors, there's a lot of things out there around ATSs, right? Now I wanted to kind of roundtable and get y'all's opinions on this. So if that's okay. So from as a director of talent acquisition, I can say this. I've used, and I'm sure Nigeal has as well, and Foster, the majority of the major ATSs out there. I have used them. One thing I can say is that recruitment in general understands that when someone uploads a resume, information might come across a little wonky, and they're not necessarily holding that against the candidate. Plus, I feel like software has improved quite a bit.
Yeah, and it has.
Yeah. And I've noticed with the majority of both the small and large software platforms that I've used for applicant tracking systems over the last decade, we haven't really been having as many issues, especially when you upload your resume, because the resume kind of comes across as an attachment. It's just if you're auto-populating a application. So I know some people worry about that. I personally wouldn't worry about that. And I personally would encourage people to apply. I know as a recruiter, even though I'm in leadership, I still recruit. And I know that my team, they still look at those applications. They still look at the resumes. They still evaluate those people. We hire people we don't know all the time. It is important to network. It is important to utilize your network. But I want to encourage job seekers to not be afraid to apply and to not overthink the ATS. But there could be some tips. There could be some tips to help them. What tips might y'all have?
Foster, you want to go first, or what you think?
I do. Okay. Guys, let's look at job descriptions. Honestly, the first 2 or 3 bullet points on a job description is probably going to be the biggest pain that the company is looking for. So when we are applying, make sure that you are applying, you're making sense towards the company needs. We have had some wonderful experiences in our career, and a lot of us like to show how wonderful our career has been. It's like, okay, but what about what I'm looking for? because it doesn't take us recruiters very long at all to throw that resume in the trash can. Now, I'm dating myself when I say that. Throw it in the trash can. We hit X.
Oh my word!
We hit X on the computer,
Oh my
guys,
gosh,
because
love
we
it.
don't. When you're like Dana does not have 1-2 different clients that she has to support. She's got a number of them to support. Dana's got a number of recruiters that she's got to make sure that they're. Hey, Dana's all over the place. I was a Dana. I know what it's like. HR Heidi Torres is with us. She knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Heidi.
Hey, Heidi. Okay, that was lame. But guys, Dana, you're absolutely right. Guys, we need to look very, very closely at what the company is doing. And we need to look at that job description to understand, okay, here's the pain, and we need to address that pain, y'all.
Okay. I want to jump in right after Foster because I think you hit a huge thing. Guys, this resume that you're sending to me for this job that you say you really want, it's a letter to me. It's not the resume that you sent out to the last 5 jobs. Those first 3 bullets that Foster told you about, change your summary to narrate. That's the first thing you're going to see, because now we have a job, a resume with a summary in the beginning. If you're in leadership like me, change the summary to address those 3 bullets.
Yeah.
And then follow with the rest of your resume. And the other thing is, I want the cleanest resume you have. You can save the frills for when we see each other in person. Yeah. Do not put the frills with the emojis and all that in the ATS. It just screws up everything. So just give
emojis,
me the
really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that. Oh, that's crazy. Well, we don't need emojis. Yeah.
At all.
That's not the time for emojis, probably.
Yeah. The CSV version, guys. Put that one in here. Make it just clean, Arial font. Don't try to make it really pretty because it's going into an ATS. And to Dana's point, sometimes the ATS can kind of mess up or jumble up what you intended might not come across. So those are my 2 cents. But personalize your summary to address those 3 bullets and make sure there are examples that address those things throughout the resume as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Love it. So important. Listeners, I want to encourage you that the way I looked at it, and when I was laid off and had about 4 months in 2023 where I was looking for a role, and that was like the longest I'd ever gone in between roles, praise the Lord. And it was, scary. I would say I tried to employ a very robust strategy in looking for work. So I tried to use my network, communicate with people I know. Yeah. If I saw positions posted and I had people that worked out that I was connected with on LinkedIn, even if I didn't know them, I messaged them and got really positive responses from them. Of course, it was a very respectful, hey, pleasure to meet you. I see you're working with I'd attach my resume. I'm, very qualified and would love the opportunity to discuss this position. Would you be willing to pass on my resume? You would not believe how many people were willing to help me. But of course, the things that I were applying to, my resume truly aligned with it, right? And I made sure to Nigel's point that my resume aligned with the roles that I'm applying to. And that's important. It really is. And the strategy will change if you truly are trying to transition your career versus continue to pursue opportunities within your scope. So I employed a pretty diverse strategy. I applied to jobs. I networked on LinkedIn. I networked with people I knew. Yes. I will tell you, I was really blessed to find out most people are willing to help as long as you approach
they really are.
Yeah, as long as you approach it respectfully.
Yes.
And professionally. The more high caliber your communication, the more seriously you're taken. And if you need help with that, go to ChatGPT, type in your sentence and say, make this sound better.
Make it better.
Yep, I do that all the time. Even at work, sometimes I'll be putting together a summary for executives, and I'll copy what I wrote, put it into ChatGPT, and write, make this sound better, colon, and then I'll copy and paste what I wrote, hit enter, and it rephrases it, and then I'll take what they used and edit that. And it just takes it to the next level. I don't just, and by the way, can I just say this, Nigeal? I don't know if you see this, but I know when you copy and paste out a chat GPT, it puts it in this like little box when you paste it into the email.
Does a good job.
Remove the formatting. Remove the formatting. Okay. So I've had people respond to me to thank me for, talking to them, and I know it's chat GPT because I've copy and pasted it, and it puts it in a certain format that's a different color than your standard background for emails, and there's a little box around it. All you have to do is highlight that, hit the unformat button, and it'll take the box off. But do that, because then it's obvious you're using chat GPT. You got to be smooth with your tools.
That's it.
Wow.
So that way at work, when you're talking to executives, like Dana says, see, I'm a PhD philosopher at work with the help of chat GPT. But
same.
Just clean it up, guys. And there's one thing Jason said. He's in our comments saying you have to focus on your process. Guys, make sure that you're focused on your process. Your process. Dana's process might not work for you. You might not want to get out in front of people, but I'm going to encourage you to, because we're really nice. The folks on LinkedIn are super nice. But here's the thing. You have to show up as your best self. You can't just send us anything. No, we just are not put here to help you. You have to show up really well put together. Give us something that we can be proud to present and pass on to our colleagues, right? That won't jeopardize our reputation. So please keep that in mind when you're reaching out to people and asking them to help you.
I'm going to say something. It ain't going to make y'all happy. So a lot of people, well, not you guys. You guys understand, and especially Meredith. Meredith's real good at this networking thing, guys. If you want somebody to connect you, if you notice on your LinkedIn that Meredith knows someone inside a corporation that you are that you're interested in, y'all make sure that Meredith knows a little bit about you first before you ask Meredith to introduce you to Dana, because if Meredith does not have a relationship, it doesn't make her a bad person. But if Meredith doesn't have a relationship with Dana, then honestly, really, two people, we're just throwing names around, and we're playing the game on LinkedIn. And y'all, I don't do that. And I know that makes me unpopular with some people, because everybody's like, Foster, you know everybody. No, I don't. No, I do not. Now, most of the people, honestly, most of the people on my LinkedIn profile, I've had some experience with, even the ones that don't live in Texas, believe it or not, because I'm all over the United States. But guys, that first question should be, Foster, what is your relationship with this person? I'd like to meet this person. I think this person would be a good connection for me to network with. Guys, come on now. If we go, the water always takes the path of least resistance, and it'll always pool up somewhere. We don't want to be pooled up, y'all. We want we want to be pulled up, not pulled up.
When go ahead, Nigeal.
No. I was just going to tell you guys that somebody reached out to me for help, and I did help them. I didn't mind. They came, they showed up. Everything was easy. They turned around and said, I'd like to introduce you to the senior vice president at Gilead Pharmaceuticals.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, okay. I wasn't expecting that. I was literally just helping because they reached out. They had their stuff together. They asked me to help introduce them. I did. They sent me something, asked me, could I read it? I did, and sent them some pointers back and said, hey, I changed this, I fixed that. But overall, you look really good. I don't mind introducing you, right, to the connection. And they turned around and they said, oh, I want to introduce you to somebody. Right. I think it's a two-way street. You've got to understand, like Foster said, it's about relationships. If you show up and do well, you'll receive exactly what you gave. You might not get it back from the person you gave it to, but I can tell you that the universe will return the favor, guys. So in the spirit of that, I wanted to say that, to say the networking is important. This idea of I'm going to run into the 100 people that I need to meet by myself. You're not. Go to South Lake Focus Group, get out to Frisco, connect, network on LinkedIn, make sure that you're making the connections with your peers. Go ahead, Dana.
Nope, that is perfect. Really. I mean, that's all you can really do is work the process. Go to networking events, reach out to your network. And then what I was going to mention, kind of aligning with what you and Foster are talking about on LinkedIn, when I did reach out to people I didn't know, I would be sure to, like I said, hi, Joe, it's a pleasure to meet you. I am reaching out as I noticed that, I don't know, Gen Mab is hiring a director of talent acquisition. I've got over 20 years of experience to include leadership, would be a great fit. Would you be willing to send my resume over and make an introduction? And I was able to just kind of qualify myself a little bit and just, appreciate you. Have a great day. And then if they responded, great. If they didn't, no problem. I'm not going to go harass them. Right.
Absolutely.
And I will tell you, I mean, not everyone responded, but I actually had a pretty good response. I think it's a good way. It actually helped me get into interviews a few times. And then sometimes I would find past coworkers or people that I knew from previous roles worked there, and I'd reach out to them. And I was just so pleased to see in general how much
There's
the
the
community
music.
supported
Sorry,
each other.
Dana.
No, it's okay. Well, we'll be back for the second half.
Yeah, we got Meredith coming at ya.
All right.
Let's be honest. Wheelchairs are heavy, bulky, and ugly. If you carry a wheelchair in your car to take care of a loved one, you know how hard it is getting that clunky, old-style wheelchair in and out of your car. Introducing the Feather Chair Wheelchair. At 13 pounds, it's the world's lightest wheelchair. It folds in seconds and fits neatly in your trunk, backseat, or closet, so you can take it everywhere. And it's only available right here. Order yours today and get a free wheelchair case, a $50 value, yours free. The Feather Chair. The world's lightest wheelchair is just $4.99 with easy payments as low as $16 a month. Sorry, no Medicare or insurance accepted. So call right now to order yours.
800-823-5826. 800-823-5826. 800-823-5826. That's 800-823-5826.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395.
Joco Community Radio. Listen live at tunein.com.
All right, guys, we are back, and it is time for lame dad joke number 2 of the day. So, without further ado, Nigel, this has been on my mind ever since you said that, but I really, really appreciate that confidence plug that you made for that. Guys, as we're trying to get money, as we're trying to get these jobs, are we going to be the ones that they're going to choose? There's the word I'm trying to think of. For the job, they're going to hire the most confident people. Honestly, guys, come on now. Are you going to hire somebody to fix something in your house or fix something in your company and they don't know what they're doing and I might be able to get it figured out. Okay, shut up, Foster. I just wanted to say that, guys, work on your confidence. And Meredith does not have any problem with that at all. But here's lame joke number 2, guys. I was trying to climb that real tall building in Paris, France, when I went over there to visit, but I fell off. See, y'all didn't get that. Y'all just are not smart today. I hear all of you guys out there rolling your eyes in your head trying to figure out what Foster talks about.
Foster. Is it us or is it the joke teller? I just want to know.
This lameness is the number one thing that's requested by our listeners. It is so funny. Heidi, did you like my joke? Man, say go sit in the corner. Dang, I got the time out.
Yeah.
Wow, I am a dad, you guys. I am a dad. I am the one for that kind of stuff. Okay, so guys, now that you've laughed and we're all smiling, let's meet Meredith Baker, guys. Meredith, Meredith is I like making fun of Meredith because she's very tall and she lets me get away with that. And her husband Jack bought her these red shoes that she wore yesterday, and these red shoes, God, she was about 6'3". And y'all, but here's what I like about Meredith. Yes, Meredith is tall, but her personality is even taller than Meredith is. And you guys, here is what Meredith does. She is an event manager. She is an event director. She has even held a VP title in the past, I think, haven't you, Meredith? And she worked for one of my old companies for 20 years. They got rid of me long before all that. But Meredith is very good, and she's going to tell you some of the things that she does, virtual and in person. So there is Meredith Baker smiling right there. Meredith, can you hear us? Is your mic and all that stuff working?
I sure can. Can you hear me too, Foster? Perfect. Good morning, Jobfather.
Tell us a little bit about Meredith. Tell us, girl, how'd you get in all this event stuff and it's some pretty neat. Y'all, Meredith is a good friend of mine. I can say that now, and she shared some wonderful stories with me. But event planning is guys, it's an art. It really is. Mm-hmm. So, Meredith, take it away. Tell us whatever you want us to know about you. You're looking for a job, not Foster.
Come on, Foster. No, I have been in event management for 20 years, 18 of that in corporate. And I'm passionate about making events come to life, bringing people together, being able to work from concept to execution, watching individuals come in, having teams and having individuals come into a room and build those relationships. We've been talking a lot about networking, but really it doesn't just stop with the job search. That's really important once you find a job, and being able to bring people together and create an immersive environment where people are comfortable and feel included and are inclusive, that actually builds a really healthy working environment. And so on the corporate side, I love to bring together individuals and have them network. And at the end of the week, they've left a family. Having people, when they schedule their conference for the next year, coming back and you actually see them talking about their kids and sharing family pictures, and they've actually become friends. I started with the South Lake group and didn't know Foster real well, and now we're really good,
She likes friends. My jokes, y'all.
Best joke teller ever.
Yep. I'm pretty good. Meredith, I needed you at Verizon. Now, when Verizon was brand new, Bell Atlantic and GTE got married and became Verizon. And believe me, I needed a U to do what we call across the United States is name branding. We had to brand. Nobody knew what Verizon was. And Meredith, I got to tell you the story. Don't let me forget to tell you the story about the lady in Baltimore that slapped me because she didn't realize that they had changed. She goes, I got Bell Atlantic for my service. I don't need no Verizon. Who's Verizon? and she slapped the mess out of it. It was an older lady. She was probably about 75. And she slapped me, and everybody in Verizon that went viral.
Oh my God.
I thought it was funny. I had to laugh.
I do build up that brand, and I can say I've never slapped you, Foster.
No, you're too young and strong. Now, I'm not saying that lady wasn't strong. She did get a pretty good slap in there.
And I'm too tall to do that.
Yeah, you're way tall. I'd cry and I'd run off in the corner. I'd really go to the corner, Mez. So Meredith, you worked at Citi for 20 and actually more than 20 years, y'all. Meredith may slap me for saying that, but Meredith is very, very well versed at putting things together, guys. Now she will, in my estimation, and I'm a recruiter, she will put together a concept that we want to do and make it come to life.
Absolutely. I have done everything from domestic events to international events. I've hosted events in Singapore, India, United Kingdom, literally all over the globe. And I've been responsible for that global travel and creating, making sure that everybody's comfortable in that location. Making sure that I've done everything from logistics. And it really does, when you think of, and I've become more aware of it, when you think of meeting planner or event planner, you think of the end result, the big party at the end. What it really is almost like a puppet master. It's an ultimate of a project manager, being able to pull together the right teams, the audio video teams, the food and beverage teams, sourcing, hotels, lodging. Think about everything when you travel that you do, or maybe you've asked your travel agent to do. How do you get to the airport? Where are you going to stay? What are you going to do when you do that? And that's what the event managers do. And I've been on both sides of that, both in the private sector, doing weddings and events.
That was my question. Yeah.
I had a wedding last weekend. It was football themed. It was incredibly fun. And I wouldn't trade that for anything, but in the corporate sector, everything, when you land in a city and you see your company's marquee there, that really starts to set the tone. And so you need somebody who can work with audio video and really puppet master, for lack of a better term, all of that together and be a project manager and provide oversight for that.
Mm-hmm. Meredith, I want to know, what's your ideal next job? What's your ideal next situation? What are you looking for?
That's a good question.
That's a great question, Nigeal.
I'm sorry.
I'm really looking for a spot where I can build relationships and create unforgettable events on a corporate level.
Okay. Any particular industry? Is there something that you love that's near and dear to your heart?
I am completely open to anything. Really, there's a people aspect. It's kind of like human resources. There's a people aspect in every single company. And so anywhere where there's a people, there's people, which is everywhere. And there's a need to get people together. I am more than happy. I did, as Foster said, I was with Citibank for 20 years. So I'm very well versed in the finance industry. But that's truly the passion is in helping people. And the first step to that is building relationships. As soon as I land on the ground in that company, is going to be building a network of trusted folks. It's not always about what you know, but it's about who you know. And being able to put the right team together. And you can't do that if you don't know the resources that are within your company.
That's true.
Meredith, with your background being in financial services, me too, but you're better at what you do than I am. So have I ever suggested that you take a look at First Command over in Fort Worth? They have a brand of trying to make it just be the best place to work for the employees. They've really got a wonderful brand as far as that goes. And with them getting involved in a number of different areas, if they've got something going on over there, I'm linked in with the CEO, but I'm really close because I helped his daughter get a job. So I've gotten to know him. And if there's some things that I think that there's some things that you may coming with your background, especially at Citi, because I worked at Citi too, that you might be able to bring to the table that they never even thought about before.
Well, now, Foster, you've been holding out on me because you haven't told me about that yet. So now I'm pointing fingers at you, and whoever went back to putting you in the corner earlier, I might have to do that.
They call me the Jobfather for a reason, y'all. But Meredith, check them out. Just check them out and see if it's something of interest over there.
Absolutely, we'll do that.
Yeah. I like what you do because I've had a part in that, in this name branding. I was I thrown under the bus? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not complaining, Kathy. Kathy was my boss at Verizon. I'm not complaining because Michelle and I had a good time arranging everything. But my Michelle was the you at Verizon, and we did some awesome things. But man, there is so much that you guys would not even consider that that it takes to be able to do that, to be able to plan those events. And we in the beginning we had these big nice things set up. Verizon is here, and oh man, we're all over the place. And that's just a part of it. Just our setup, just our I can't even think of the word that we used to call those big setups. You probably know those things, but it is so much involved in getting this stuff there and connecting with this person over here. TV, what are we doing? We're new in a market. We're all of this stuff, guys. Meredith is your girl.
Meredith, I have one question that I think just helps your brand, I think, right? In where we are right now, people don't know if they want to be in office or, we want to stay remote. Do we want to be hybrid? If you were going to plan an event, give everybody that's listening, that's at corporate, that needs a you, give them an idea for something they can do for this mixed kind of environment of employees that we have going on. If it were you and you just had budget unlimited, just tell us something that you would put together for where we are right now.
So I don't know that it even needs to be budget unlimited. There's a tool that I love using that's actually very budget friendly, and it's Slido. You can combine things, Zoom with a product called Slido. And what that is it's real-time polling. So you can put out a poll and you actually watch on the screen as people are replying back. So that makes folks that are in that hybrid environment and are at home, maybe they can't leave, maybe they have a medical complication, or maybe they're in a part of the country that they can't travel real easy, or there's not the budget there, that lets them still feel like they're interactive and in the room. A large video presence helps with that. But being able to see, I put up a question and there I am on the screen immediately. You don't have to be in the room, but you can participate from anywhere. As far as remote work, I am a proponent for you can do it anywhere. Almost any job. There's some you can't. Construction doesn't work well from home. But there's a lot.
Neither does surgeries.
Yeah, surgery, doctors. I'm going to encourage you to actually go to the hospital. I would appreciate it. But there's a lot of our corporate jobs that can be done from home, but nothing replaces the human interaction. So as much as I've been remote for 8 years. So before it was what I call COVID cool, where everybody went remote. But nothing replaces that interaction and that human interaction. So I think it's really important for companies, not necessarily to bring everybody together every day, but maybe once a quarter. Do events that are Zoom or on Teams that are team builders, and using interactive tools like Slido to make sure everybody's voices are heard.
Okay.
I've never even heard of Slido before, Nigel. That's
I haven't
cool.
either. That's awesome.
Oh,
where have y'all been?
It is so cool. You can create.
Stop acting like you know what Slido is.
Yeah. No, I'm kidding.
I have to meet with you and teach you a couple tech things there.
Let's give you a couple. She's going to give you some training on this because it's really good in a meeting where people are spread out and dispersed. So if you're having like a town hall and you have people in the US and people over in Canada, they can actually answer your questions and you can see it, like she says, in real time. So people don't feel like, oh, I wanted to answer that, or I wanted to say something, or it doesn't get lost in the chat. Right.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
So we have become, what is it? What did you say, Meredith? After the pandemic cool? Not pandemic.
It was COVID cool.
COVID cool. That's it, yeah.
And now everybody's like, ooh, I don't want to go back. Well, I totally understand that. Like I said, I was at home for 5 years. Well, I was hybrid for 5 years before that. Anytime I wasn't out doing an event or had visitors here in our Irving offices, then I was at home the majority of the time. Built a lot of relationships. So I think that initially it was really important. I spent all those years at Citi, and it was important to be in the office. But I do think that there's a really good balance there between remote and in person. And I think that there's a lot of great technologies that came out of COVID.
It really was.
That make it where you can be anywhere and still be included and still feel like you're part of the organization.
Jack, I know you. I know you taught her all of this, man. I know you're listening. I hope you're listening to us.
Yeah. No, it's really, really
He taught me what? I'm going to say everything I learned from Nigeal. I'm going to put her on the spot.
There we go. Nigel's
last Saturday, me and Meredith and Jack, we went to a friend's birthday party. It was really, really well done, I thought. Mm-hmm. And the whole time that we were in there, I'm thinking, I wonder if Meredith put this together, but she didn't.
I didn't do that one. I was busy working on that wedding that was coming up the next day.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you do personal events too?
I sure do.
Oh wow.
Okay.
I've been doing weddings, retirements.
Oh, that's awesome.
Birthdays for years. I'm actually working. I am the newest member of the Golden Triangle Rotary Club as of yesterday.
I'm scared of you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And I am working on their big Denim and Diamonds event.
I love that. I love
that. Fabulous.
More a little shout out for that. It's called Wine Discovery. It'll be on April 27th. I am co-chairing that now.
What's it called? Wine Discovery?
It's Wine Discovery. And it is a Denim and Diamonds casino night we're putting together.
Is it in Grapevine?
No, it'll be held at the Alliance Airfield.
Oh, that's really
It'll definitely be a can't miss event.
We got a lot of wine people over here where I live in Grapevine. Hey, she said wine, and I popped up, boy, didn't I?
I'm headed over to your neck of the woods here after this to go up to Grapevine actually for wine. Yes, lots and lots of wine that night.
For your folks that are not here in Texas, Grapevine is known for wine, guys. Think about that grapevine. So where does the wine come from? Well, there's muscadine wine. I forgot about that. So you folks in Arkansas, hey, that's what I'm talking about. Wine.
I want to say, Meredith, I think you are all around a well-rounded player, right? You can plan an event for an individual. You can plan a corporate event. Guys, if you're looking for a meeting planner, I think there's other things that Meredith can do, because I could see her in HR helping with change management and some of the things and the diversity events. If you're looking for somebody, and I'm going to say she's open to corporate opportunities, but if you need somebody fractionally, right, to help you plan an integration, a harmonization, Meredith is your girl. Please check out her LinkedIn profile, which is listed on the screen, and it's in the chat. Please, please, please connect with her, reach out to her. If you have questions, okay, not 75 questions about your child's birthday party, just hire Meredith and let her do it, right? But one question,
on a little bit from the 5-year-old birthday parties, but
come on, you love clowns. You love clowns.
Oh, Dana, I don't know if we can be friends after that.
I do not like clowns. Like,
I am not a clown.
I am not either. I will not go.
Oh, y'all watch Chucky too much.
Nah, Chucky's not even a clown. He's just a little kid.
Chucky's not a clown.
Chucky is a clown.
I'll do a party.
You look like one.
He's a doll.
I'll do your themed wedding, and you can do whatever you. I tell people all the time, if you want a Star Wars lightsaber battle going down the aisle, I am your advocate, because I am there to run interference. I'm there to represent you, and I'm there to make your day perfect. But if you say clowns, I'm out.
Yeah, me too. I just said that to be funny, because literally I'm on the same page as you with that.
Meredith, I got another idea. Being the Jobfather again. So there's a friend of mine that just opened up over in Keller a big barbecue business, and he's got his own ranch. He has his own beef, and he raises the cattle and all that kind of stuff. So he has a lot of advantages, and he is really hit the market and growing. And there are a number of corporations that reach out to him, and they want certain things done, and they want him involved for the food. So I think I probably need to introduce you and Dwight.
Okay. Yeah, that would be great.
That'd be awesome.
Events, guys. We like events. I'm going to tell y'all something since we're talking about it. The in-person stuff, Meredith said it well. There is no substitute for getting together and sitting down and breaking bread a lot of times, breaking barbecue with Foster. And hint. So, guys, the number one thing, in my opinion, the number one thing that you can do in job search is to get out to the networking meeting, southlakefocusgroup.com. If you guys are out of state, and some of you guys are in Italy and stuff that are on here with us. Dana and I have seen some wonderful things about the World Wide Web. And guys, go to southlakefocusgroup.com and check out, and you guys can join us. We have had people in France and Germany and Belgium that have joined us at South Lake Focus Group. So guys, Maz, if you would put southlakefocusgroup.com in, there it is right there. Oh my God, you're way ahead of me. Maz is the best person she is our high
She is awesome.
She is our Flavor Flav. You know what I'm saying?
Flavor Flav. I want to add to your South Lake Focus Group. I want people to go there. I saw somebody post up Career DFW. I want people to do that. If Frisco Connect is closer to you, do that. If you reach out to people on LinkedIn and you're like, okay, we might not be in the same area, would you like to grab a virtual coffee? Invite people to a virtual coffee meetup, right? You can absolutely, there's so many ways to network, guys. I love the in-person. Foster loves the in-person. We're proponents of the in-person. But if you can't, find other ways to connect with people. Virtual coffees are 15 minutes. You bring yours, I bring mine. We talk about the mug we have, and then we share something about each other from an introductory perspective to see if there's something we can do to help each other. Just do
there's no hangover.
And there's no hangover. Yeah.
Well, hold pump your brakes, girl.
Okay. Guys, we got to get off of that. Go meet Foster in person, and there's still no hangover. So.
I met Meredith at South Lake Focus Group. And Meredith, because, guys, I brought her on the show because I have had experience with Meredith, and I wanted you guys to meet Meredith. Meredith has already floated to the top of leadership at South Lake Focus Group. She is in with the volunteers. And let me tell y'all, when you first walk into South Lake Focus Group, the first person you're going to see is Meredith.
Come see me, y'all. Come see me.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, guys. And there needs to be a personality that goes with what Meredith does. I don't know. I'm a personality kind of person. So, guys, if Meredith a lot of times might be the face of your company. She might be the first thing that you see when you arrive at that event. Is it a smiling face? Is it somebody that's ready to, looks like they want to throw you under the bus? You want to have that personality represent your company. So, hey, Meredith, I'm just throwing you under the bus, girl.
No, you're just putting her out there, and I love it because she is a wonderful warm welcome at South Lake Focus Group. She is, and a great resource.
Hey, Tom Pennison.
Jobseekers. So
that's really my jam. I love it there. I love networking. I love helping people. The fulfillment that I've received from helping people. I've watched lots of people. We call it land. Who've landed a job. Being able to help and network and connect people. I've now become the queen of the virtual coffee because I'll sit down with anybody and chat with them and want to help people. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
There is one thing that has developed out of our everything that we're talking about at South Lake Focus Group, guys. One of my favorite things to do is myself, Nigeal, and Meredith is with us, and Sonica is with us, and guys, afterwards we all go and break bread. We go after networking. We go and spend some time together, and we get to know each other. You get to build those relationships. Y'all know how I am. It's shut up time for Foster.
No, Foster's gonna eat. Foster's gonna eat, and he's gonna network. If you get him in the right place, he'll do both at the same time. Because if he was sitting by himself, he'd add 3 more people to his table.
I know.
I actually did that one day. We were out to lunch, and some poor woman was walking by looking for her group. And I looked up and I was like, "Who are you looking for?" And she said, and I said, "Well, that's not us. But if you can't find them, sit on down."
Come on down.
Love that.
Isn't that awesome, Dana?
And everybody at the table that was looking, we had just come from South Lake Focus Group, and everybody at the table looked around and went, "Did she just do that?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, why not?"
And the woman,
come on down.
She seriously considered doing that too.
That's awesome.
And you know what? She was at FSG the South Lake Focus Group the next week.
Tiffany Paisley says she always wants to eat.
Absolutely. I am the person who will pull anybody in and wants to make everybody feel included. So
Tiffany, I'm in there with you on that one.
Yeah.
Tiffany says I always want to eat.
Yeah. Meredith, if you don't mind me asking, I know both you and Nigeal are really big on the South Lake Focus Group. I live near South Lake. Are you out in that area as well?
Yes, I sure am.
Oh, that is And then
I am, but I also
Nigeal-
travel up to Frisco Connect too, just for the
That's right.
Okay. I would love to grab coffee with both of y'all. I think the four of us need to invite the rest of the team.
Yeah.
We need to make this happen because
Dana, we are
meeting everybody online, but I want to meet you in person.
Let's do that.
Let's
Dana,
do it.
I
Set up a
drive,
date.
so
Let's
you
do
just
it.
choose it. Yeah, set up a
Here
date.
we
Okay,
go.
so we're there.
Yep. We'll go ahead. I'll partner. I'll text all of us in a group, and we'll figure it out. We need Mez to come. It'd be great. So
Let's have a party. Meredith put it together. Y'all hire Meredith. We'll see you next Friday.
bye, Jobfather Nation. Till next week.
Yes, and Grandview to Godly. This is the voice of Johnson County, Joco Community Radio.
If you're trying to quit drinking or doing too many drugs, listen to me. You don't know me and we'll never meet. I had a problem like you.